So here is a very, very simple, but also very, very effective meditation practice, which you can do just about anywhere. So here are a few things about the way I teach this practice, and I've done it for a long time. It might be a little bit different than how you're used to meditating, and so I invite you to be flexible to try a new thing, especially if you're a hardcore ascetic, because the first thing about this practice is you want to get yourself into a comfortable position. In fact, here's where we're going to get really heretical. You could do this practice laying down. But that said, if you're comfortable sitting up straight in lotus or half lotus or in a chair, knock yourselves out. If you want to be in a chaise longue or a lazy boy or a little backjack on the floor, or I don't know, on a big armchair, but like a cat with your feet up on the back, that also works. Honestly, prana and kundalini really, really don't require your spine to be in a 90-degree angle with the plane of the earth or the floor below you. Honestly, they don't. So, in other words, get comfortable. And get comfortable also means during the process of this meditation, you're going to be wanting to meditate beyond the scope of the instructions of this video, because I ain't making a 20-minute video of just meditating. But during the process of that meditation, you want to let yourself scratch an itch if you need to, adjust your position if you need to. Just don't worry about it. Just do it. So we're going to be working with some very, very simple, ancient Sanskrit mantra meditation here. So get comfortable, and if you want to pause the video to go to the bathroom and make sure you're optimally comfortable, maybe do that and then start again. All right, you're back. So let's get comfortable. Let's close the eyes. We're going to let the breathing be natural. So if it's slow and deep, that's fine. If it is fast and irregular, that's also good. Don't worry about it. This practice will be done with the breath, though. So we're going to be doing the so-hum practice, used as a primary element of sadhana for a very, very long time, and also used in modern times by such organizations as Yogananda's SRF as a preparatory meditation practice ahead of Kriya initiation. So-hum practice has a long, long pedigree. So get comfortable, breathe naturally. And when you breathe in, on the inhalation, you want to think very gently, so. Now it's okay if other thoughts come in. You simply return very easily, very naturally to so, if you're on the inhalation. And on the exhalation, you want to think hum. And the same applies in terms of other thoughts. We want to be effortless with this practice. We don't need to forcefully concentrate to be an effective meditator here. So again, on the inhalation, you're going to think so. And note how that actually sounds like the inhalation. And when you breathe out of your mouth, especially hum, it very much sounds like hum. So once you get used to doing that, we're going to add another wrinkle to this practice. And that wrinkle is very, very light visualization. And I mean really light. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to track the visualization in a fine-grained sort of way. It's okay. Just have the intent. And the intent I want you to have is that when you breathe in, your awareness goes from the base of the spine up your back to the top of your head. And here, if you want to add another wrinkle, you can take a little breath hold up there. Maybe a second. Then when you breathe out with hum, let the attention go down the front, from the top of the head down to the base of the spine. So this is one of those microcosmic breath meditations. So again, now let's get comfortable. So, up the spine, to the top, hum, on the way down to the bottom. So, up the top, hum, from the top down the front to the base. And this is the simplest iteration of this practice. There are other iterations, like I said, where you balance it out by then thinking hum while it goes on the inhalation up the back, and so on the exhalation down the front, so that it becomes so hum, hum so. And you can do that, or you can just stick to the simplest form of this. So up the back, on the inhalation, hum, down the front, on the exhalation. So you want to give yourself, to start, 10 to 20 minutes of practice. And if that seems daunting, go for 5. So enjoy.